etandise. But now, good evening, guys. Sorry about the late coming. Get a network every nsumbuanga YouTube yeganya. All my other apps that work on the internet were working, but YouTube wasn't working. But I'm here. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Kambalinde nze. Feel good, mfilingeko good. Nga bwe mujja bwe muweramba wulire. Yeah. I woke up feeling good. I don't know why, but I'm feeling so good, like I want the whole food. I'm not gonna put on a t-shirt today. Feel like getting the scissor today. I make her smile, I make her laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine. Feel like getting down to me, God. Feel like touching down to me, God. I'll make you want, babe. I'll make you smile. I'll make you feel my love. After that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. But before we play, yeah. Feeling good. Jump. If you're feeling good, polka. If you're feeling good, jump. If you're feeling good, polka. You and me, we rule the world. We're gonna make them jump. We're gonna jump. Jump. Para-pa-pa-pa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Today we are going to be talking about expectations. Expectation tugenda sogerako, and I have a live example from today. Today. Yes, King Daniels, Martha, so Patrick No, Steven. Good evening. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Pius, Bashir Mukalazi, muri mutia wanani. Today we are talking about expectations. And why? Because expectations form a very large part of our lives, and they in a way dictate whether you end up a happy person or a sad person. Why? I've gained weight in the past. Nazukse Friday for the last 1 week. Nazuka Friday and I started feeling like I'm fat. It's not healthy to be fat. So I'm starting to punish myself starting tomorrow. Good evening, Joshua. Johnson. How is Barara? Saidi, good morning, good evening. I hope you guys are doing well. In the beginning. I make a lap my mind. I'll make you smile. Today we talk about expectations. Samsung maro kunyokoga then nchuse direction ya vent yeye jikubyemu So the kwa sound you're hearing is actually the AC vent that is blowing directly into the phone, and the microphone is facing directly the vent, so it will come. Dukira mucharo mucharo treadmill zannema okuddukirako nebo wamangu banjagala nnyo nenzirukira. Network ebadde enzijeko inspection gyembadde enkoze n'olwaleero. Nkoze pre-purchase inspection actually but I'm going to tell you, and I want you guys to take note of pre-purchase inspection. Because when we all have the right expectations, things move. Akemwira akakwakwa ya musimu eyo AC nembaga emulukange erimu AC nemwagala okuwakana kati mugiwulira. Do you feel there are AC? Anyway, but esimu kati nyogoze. Let me change the direction. It will sigaze the right temperature in the car. The difference. I'll tell you, Nalongo, that thoughts, everybody has thoughts in mind that you expect them to be. That's thoughts. Thoughts are like things. Their thoughts are what you think about without a particular direction. Of course, even expectations are thoughts, but the expectations are thoughts in a direction of I hope to get. It's not actually hope, because expectations are concrete. Like you see how that car is moving. You can be there and you're expecting that it's going to go at that constant speed. Chitegeza osuubira esimu yetambule bwetyo. Oyagala osuubira emotoka ey'okutambula ku speed hope. The way to explain expectations is you mapping out certain outcomes of things. Amin and Joseph. Now, targets. Targets are expectations. Targets, when you say my target is 20 million, it means you expect to make it 20 millions. Expectations and targets are literally the same thing. However, thoughts can be random. Like you can start all of a sudden thinking about that border. I don't know the person sitting on it. Ajivuga simanyi na chikacha border chi simanyi obe evawa. But you can just randomly start thinking about the border that right there. They have themselves on their motorcycles, and they start thinking about different things. Those are thoughts. You can all of a sudden start thinking about that primo. Ojirabe yo primo tuli maso. Ruobo balinda bakuyimiriza tebakuyimiriza. So expectations are different should be the outcome.
and then you stick to it, and then you say chino kyenjagala kiveeyo. Hey Bashiri, I'm going to do that soon. Like I've been eating like a pig. I am busy area buli kimu. Ekisa amaso n'erya negeja. But I've actually not been eating like that. But then the stress nyingi. Somehow I'm wondering why I've gained weight. And when you gain weight, you start getting even diseases. Otamanyi birwadde bijja. Nobody can own batambula ne bakola ki. Ne bagenda. You lose nothing. Kata huyo amaje bomulemesa nakuba essasi. Thinking about expectations. Nga sinaba nakola inspections ono omwami gwe mbadde naye obwaliro okuzimalayo. Okitegeera. That's why majority of the time when I have a broadcast, I make sure that I tell you what to expect from me, what to expect from my service, what I expect from you, and I make it categorically clear that okay, chino cho inokola wono kwatagana na neba na akebwe nefe mnoinzo za tuli mu winter ana imoroke kola essay over. Anyway, to very expectations. Good evening, Abe. Katinalo simanyo ba difference otandise okugiraba. Thoughts can be random. Expectations are mapped out. Mubongo bwo biwandise no biwandika. Ngabo no gamba I expect abachala mutelefone embuto. Notandika okugamba njagala kuzaala mwana muwala. You already expect to have a baby. Go watch even every time the baby kicks, you start thinking, oh, it's a girl. Notandika n'okubuuza omwana omuwala asamba emirundi emeka. Notandika okubuuza olubuto lw'omwana omuwala lusinga obunene olw'oba olw'omulenzi lubeera obunene. Notandika okwebuuza wembeera olubuto lw'omwana omuwala mbanjo yabiki. Because you expect to have a baby girl. Okitegeera. Normally bwe tuba tugenda ku job interviews, we expect to get the jobs are made. Bwe batuwa emirimu, our bosses have expectations. Okitegeera. Our bosses have expectations. So our bosses have expectations, and olaba mukama wo abera an expectation. It's not like you never tabikola and I'm okay. When your boss says I expect you to do this, it means they want you to do it whether you like it or not. Abantu abali employed mu ekyo mukimanyi. When the boss needs you to hit the target or else he may fire you. Those are expectations. Muchitegeera. Abena nasi baba dewo. Oyo chikakasi. Wali ema. Buy from where we are going. I don't watch it. When someone says they expect you there at midday, it means you should be there at midday. That's what it means. But in a man, but I expected you to be here by midday. Chitegezo disappointing things. Ebirowoozo biba byaffe nga mu bwongo oba toyina gwe wali olabye konti bakikoze, but expectations are built over time. Now this is what the expectation is. Like we expect married women to be very faithful. We expect, by saying we expect, We are not giving them options. But we hope married men are faithful. Those are two expectations. So today we are going to be talking about expectations. Katuwa wali omuntu alina diffusion expectation endala nga togijje ku Google gipesting waawo omuntu agisome babadde wano baba. Twagala funa wano ku nnanansi wano mugenda tutandikira okulaba kafeesi kange akabalagavu. Abaana ba boda mbalaba buli ekiziva wala amala kulaba nti naawe oli mu maliri. Naye nga muli mutya bannange? Muli bulungi? Sikyalina akasente kentaka kange kano kenkwatako mukalwanyisa mulinga be bansindikira gende mwavuwazi. How are you today? Neyongereyo kale wajita moroka ya mani ojuwide nga zisamu nayiga namala kati guno omusana gwe mbadde nneewala guno obunkubyemu. Failure to meet employee expectations can lead to termination of contract. Yes, Innocent akirese ziba written nti nyina milioni zange 3 I expect to get a bond car. Okitegeera Amina, you're feeling good. Ndi mu kulowooza oba nyongerewo amafuta oba ngongerewo ku mande. Temunabati ngezegeze bitabatama. Not very good, not very healthy. So we are going to talk about to manage our own expectation. Expectation is abantu abatuzirike. Naye gwe nga gwe, if you learn to manage your own of outcomes, okitegeera obulamu bwo bubeera very easy, obeera very happy. Okitegeera I think noko mbadde busy yada upload ya muloka ki ya valvumatic sinaba nakuze editing abannange video ezo in week andika. Let me put it in my notebook. Baby on that uploading in the gisayo kirabika I'm not even working hard ono bane esi yange naji madam. Afternoon, a gentleman called me. I really hope this gentleman is live in the moment. Abata naba ku managinga mbeera ayinza okulabanga enemy of progress. So yesterday I got a call from a gentleman, and he asked me, can you do a picture? So I want to buy the car between today and tomorrow. So yesterday naba demo editing wange tuchakola ku show yange ije nabagambe gendo beda ku Pal Magic Loco era oba toina Go TV kula Yes TV nyina shegenda okujja ku Pal Magic Loco, nze producer nze director, nazanyako mu episode ndowooza emu oba bbiri. I featured lwakuba baganya okumpa kule. I'm really busy. Mulaba nti baga ngenda teka upload nesobola gisaayo. I've been very occupied. But anyway, sawa zawe ziweranga mukaaga awo musanvu. This gentleman and he says he wants to buy a car, and I ask him what's your budget. He tells me and he says that he wants to travel with the car up country on Sunday. Nze sina problem ebiseera ebisinga gwe beera ne ssente zo nange mbeerewo wano olite pre-purchase inspection tugende tugule emmotoka. So I tell this gentleman, if you really want to go on Sunday, the right time to start looking for a car is today afternoon. I normally don't work on Saturday. By today afternoon, we shall have found a car. And I told this gentleman, when you sort yourself, Ngachi, I expect the money to mature today. Kitegeeza talina control ya sente. So I told him, you wait for the money to mature. No, it's time to go. And I said, yeah, it's okay. And I told him, okay, Bobo in his stand, he can't pre-purchase. Chibagamba chiddamu wano. Bwoba tolina sente zange za pre-purchase inspection in full nga tosoba obanga ozina nenga owulira okuzimpa nga tetunasimbula genda kulaba motoka zo kikuluma bambi. I'm telling you, I'm trying to prepare you for you to understand what I expect. I charge for 100,000, right? Mwena muchimanyi. And I'm telling you, if you don't have my money for pre-purchase inspection in full, or if you have it and you feel giving it to me before we go to see your cars is risking your life or your liver, please don't come for pre-purchase inspection with me. Lwaki nze nga sinaba kusimbula motoka makanika atanaba kuva we musaul no kusimbula okuva wendi nywa mafuta. I'm trying to prepare you for you to know what I expect from you if you come for pre-purchase inspection, because I got this challenge today. So this gentleman called me yesterday, you come and we go look, because I figured by today afternoon of which 15 million zyangambi twalibadde tusobola ofuna moroka engira zili alito highly priced, which he told me tafa yone bwe itamuko kasite moroka yebanga nungi kaninde kama mafuta gayinza okendera mu bei wiki ejjanja gagula wiki ejja bayi jakuba afunye pre-purchase inspection ajje tugende tunonye moroka. He did not come, he did not call, he did not do anything. So I figured alabika akoze echi alabika achieve to seem like no guy, no. So I normally, when you call me and say I want to do pre-purchase inspection for me, I tell you what I need and then I let it be there. So it happens that this gentleman Adamo kumpira kusawa 10 na zade 10 I was already on my way home and I was driving. When I'm driving, I don't answer phone calls. Okujanga is the radio of the car, which wasn't. So I clicked, I made him busy and I said, Tuna, you get injured, because it was already late. At that time, we cannot do an inspection. So, I think booking fee. I understand it. Because we want our YouTube watch money at a pre-purchase inspection fee. I'm trying to show you what expectations I have before we go to look for a car. So we talk nemugamba nchi obokola ewange ku Saturday nkera kudduka leero sidduse bino wait gemulaba sidduse because I had an appointment with him very early in the morning. So I wake up at 6 a.m. and I set off from home. I set off from home at 6. I'm going to buy bread. So he calls them Jango Sanga Nansanga Wensanga, Nevuge Morgan Tugendo Kununa Mechanica. So we get to the mechanic's place, and the guy Nangamba. Actually, when we get to the budget management, when we get to the mechanic's place, exactly in the same WhatsApp group. So we get to the mechanic's place, and I tell this gentleman, Omanyi, mpaka nanyi guess those are take a mobile money. Never take a mobile money. Take a withdrawal charge, because withdrawal charges are very expensive. Natuka kupini nemfulume motoka sheja magic loco bana guy. I'm the producer, I'm the director, and the TV show is coming. So you if you don't have Go TV, go and buy Go TV. If you don't have DSTV, buy DS Sport Arthur, because Arthur is going to have a TV show, and it's going to be nice. It's a nice show. We have worked hard on it. I have a very dedicated team that works very hard, very creatively, and we have Owa evuge maroko jijemu anya parking abwati kambala gono bwa parkings muruka uzifulumira ina next gudonga tebamanyi motoka kati nze ntandika okutetenkanya wawe empita. So to do my uploads, and then take a computer masanyalaze nenkola byenkola oya jiguze bukulu jiguze bukulu bane kabanange tugule ku moroka nga tukyali bato abantu abaguze moroka obukulu bajoga ajala aji parking mukulu to sijacho obamba nase nyo bale mbomba nase naye neddaje mazima omuntu azanga parkinze mukubo nenga alagaye omuwo obuzibu mugamba va mukubo. It's an exit. You don't park in an exit. So anyway, you guys, ngendo take up yekola so I come out of the shop and this gentleman tells me sente zo sizirina naye tugende tunonye moroka tunazifune nenga tayaga zigaze kunesigera ne mugambo omanyi gendo nonye motoka yonga siriko okitegeera. So this gentleman mwangamba talina sente mugambo omanyi tunalabagana obulala oba tozina, because he had told me he was getting money yesterday evening. I'm trying to prepare your expectations, but with a story, no, because yendete dokola broadcast on the title expectations and akuyiga. So when empita makanika nemuga umanyi uno mwali agamba talina sente this inspection doesn't naga no sizirina kankweko omusanvu olaba yagala kumpa 12 ku mitwala ana emuga umanyi ogwo omusanvu gusigaze I missed the class today. Missing the inspection yo mwami, which is still okay, but so afterwards nagamba, you know what, nzina mu banka tugendezo nzibu was there all along, which tegera. And yesterday we talked about the trust thing. If you don't trust Arthur, please don't come to him for pre-purchase inspection. Which tegera echokuba nti banka zibaddeyo nenga agamba tazina. For me it points me to one thing, that abadde teyesiga muntu gwawa sente ze. Which tegera. So we went netuvuga netugenda, we went to a Centenary Bank netutulawo 2 hours. Naye ng'ekituzizawo 2 hours ezo kibadde kimu nti nabadde nakutedda ku sente ze, ng'ate taŋŋambye nti sirina sente, nga ŋŋambye nnyingidde bank kujjayo sente zo. So we sat there for 2 hours nga tuli idle 2 hours. Of course he had his challenges, ate kati bank ensabye ID, ate kati biki lwaki temugenda mu Equity Bank tesaba ID. So sijikubira kalango, but it's the bank I use and we have not had trouble with it every day. So tutudde ku bank in 2 hours. Afterwards nafuluma ne sente. I actually wanted to go because nzijukira mbadde ne class, but my mechanic nangamba Arthur nedda linda kuyiga nawe kubeera patient, which I'm very patient by the way. So after 2 hours he came out of the bank natuwa sente nzisa wano. Manyize bwentyo bwenkola nzisa wano paka bwentuka nga nyina okuwaako mechanic ezize, then nino kantereka ezange. So we got out of the bank and then sente zibadde tezina machiwalinga nezigula emmotoka. Neseri zigule murukati agamba teziriwo. From my experience bantu mwa abajja for pre-purchase inspection ne wa Arthur mulina sente. Arthur mumulima nti temulina sente. Okitegeera. Mumulima nti temulina sente. So yagamba sente teziriwo. Ye bwabadde agamba. Okitegeera. So we went nitulabe emmotoka esoosa, akamotoka kabadde kalungi, abadde ayagala Alex ya $15,000,000. Kati nzija expectation wezijjira. Already namugambye $15,000,000 bwe tunatufunye Alex ne Fielder tujafunanga erimu ebyokukola bwe tuba tugifunye, because initially yabadde talina expected car. Okitegeera nze ne Musa muntu olina okuba n'emmotoka z'osuubira. Kwe kutuuka ne tugamba Alex Fielder, which other car did we talk about? We talked about Alex Fielder, Auris, okitegeera. So ne tutuuka kwa Alex akasoose, because Alex eziri mu 10 15, 16, 17 million, they are very few. So to Alex esoose bagiramu de million 18, bamdo wa 18 kitundu I think. But then nze wemba manyi wali sente sagala nnyo kubagaininga, because tugenda kumala amaanyi tumalize nga tetugenda kula. Okitegeera. So I let him bargain with the owner of the car. And they bargained guy nakoma $17,000,000. Naye kambabulire Alex eriye badde empongo. There was nothing to fix. Okujjako ebomba za boot, naye ngezo bomba za boot obeerawo nga tozikoze. Because how many times do you open the boot even? It had nothing to do. AC was ice cold, 4 new tires, interior was clean. Babadde bakagiddamu giri spraying. No accident history. Eri Alex obadde togiddamu yadde. But personally nze yabadde yangambye sente teziriiwo. Ne mugamba naye omanyi ebintu ebirala bituddako kebira. Engine was perfect by the way. The engine was perfect. Nga terimu yadde akatokoto obubi. Ne mugamba ebintu ebiddako kuba tanze moloka y'omusajja bali mu kujoza. So I told this gentleman, we cannot drive a person's car when we don't have money. Okitegeera okukuba kujoga. So I told him I cannot tell this gentleman for us to drive his car, because guy mbadde simumanyi. Abatambula nange mumanyi zisera kuba na masimu okujja nga biganye nnyo. Sikuba na masimu ebiseera ebimu makanika wange yakuba amasimu. I want to try and be neutral. Sagala kuba nti nyina omukumwe gwe omuntu. I serve one person, it's the customer. So I don't want to go to a broker nga namukubidde simu. Okitegeera. I actually prefer that you get your own cars to be endeko. Netugenda tulaba Alex yesoose. But tuvude ku Alex yesoose because it was perfect. Balika bamukobedde $17,000,000. $17,000. And the car was okay, but terina kyakola. Omanye moroka gy'okwata n'oyiwa oil n'ogenda ebundi bujjo. It was the other Alex. Netugivako netugenda ku, because we had only 2 Alexes. Era bwe tuba tuva ku eno Alex ne mubuuza kati olinayo ba broker be wali okubiddeko. n'agamba nyina bondi ze nagendamu ne mubuuza baakugamba ki n'agamba era nga bwe muŋŋambe bwe baŋŋamba okitegeera. So I told him, you call the brokers you called before. So he called the first broker, and I think the first broker, they had never even talked about the type of car he wanted. And that broker was Adam, you come, I have the cars, come. And I told him, those brokers, basumbua. I stop you by here. But the other lady has nice bread. Ateba katisaga na kulia mikati nzinanzi na mfunyaga tama. Hizo za minister wa Uganda. So, as we were driving, I asked him to call his brokers. The first broker ngamuita bwisi najira. Then he called the second broker. The second broker namugamba Alex jinyina we limu UB $1,200,000 okitegeera. So I told him, you know what? Cheche nkugambye ate katugula Alex eri UBB ku $2,400,000. Lwaki toweza $2,200,000 nga mu mukaaga 25 tunoonya karawumu mu bondi. Oshira depending on the condition, of course $2,200,000 yinza okufuna karawumu. So then tumuza tukutuzeeko ki n'abaako gwakubidde broker omulala, I think our Success Motors. But for me, one thing I know about Success Motors, baseeramu naye nga nebogena ku Success Motors nebogena ne million embakuwe emmotoka, nebogena ne million embakuwe emmotoka naye ogigulidde mu nnyindo. So he called the guy at Success, but even the guy at Success did not have the Alex at that budget here. So we drive. First we went to my mechanic's shop. Nenzia computing because I was late for class. Of course, I took a class in the week, but I was late for class, so I needed my computer because there's so many computer. Not since one become computer into a modern world. Tetusha wandi kambita kumpandika. Onagama mbara atabanange bwenkola. Kuva ku bachelor's degrees and not designers wandikanga mu computer. So nengena neno na computer yange nituvuka tugende nakawa ku Success Motors. Tuza ku Success Motors, this guy abadde talinawo Alex, natwale wali Alex tusanze bagijjemu emitonga bali mu kujoza mito. It looked really nice on the interior. Kabode tekabadde kabi. Neera naye badde US series nga gye tuva okulaba. The engine ebaddemu akantu naye nga you can drive. Demwe osobola okugivuga n'ogenda yonna gy'oyagala paka bwerikoowa. So my mechanic actually told him the same thing because they were calling emotoka bwogikoleza bwoti. The very first time you start the car, engine endwadde enjiwulirirawo. Era bakoleza nga makanika abadde ku simu somewhere ne mugaye engine endwadde. Kitegeera ne makanika wazina mugaye engine yo ndwadde naye ng'etambula. So emotoka Alex gye tusebye okulaba gimulamulidde $16,000,000. Kitegeera. So ne muleka bagende because oyo abadde muntu we. Nene tumugamba. But because me I already knew the money was not there. Banange sagala kusumbuwa omuntu n'omwogeza amalusu gene gaggwamu. Olumu n'atukira ddala ku sente zisembayo ng'atogamba sente tezikola ki? Teziriiwo. Okitegeera. So expectations. Let me tell you one thing. If you expect to make Arthur move, now you're not ready to buy a car. Ompulira. Era ebiseera ebisinga omuntu ankubira n'angamba Arthur njagala kukola pre-purchase inspection onyeze mmoroka nja kujja wiiki ejja. Nomala abankubidde ku masimu mukimanyi, I tell you. If you're not ready, if you're talking to me, you call me on the day you want to buy a car, we go because the mixer moroka jitukwatire yo fe. Era abantu abaguzeke moroka nange bakimanyi. Tuba tushatambula ne batukubira wali watunda wano mujje. Okitege that's how normally we buy cars. Nje moroka ebisere bisinga ze tugula ebata endi na mbirowoozo. Oboli awo ne baga wali watunda ogenda okulaba nga offer nnungi okusinga endala. Then you go and buy. Okitegeera. So, what expectations? Expectation number one. This gentleman has a budget of 15 million, 15, 16, 17. He wanted to buy the Toyota Alex UB series. Alex mu UB series tosobola gifuna million 15, 16, 17 okujjako ng'erina ekizibu. I'm trying to manage your expectations. Ebintu byenjogera wano tolowooza nti byenjogera ku channel mba nsaaga omala ojjenze ensumbuyiibwe. And the thing that he told us okujja okungamba UB tubadde tutuse ku motoka esooka tuli mukebera UAU angamba naye Arthur watugamba UAU nkale nnyo njagala UB temukana naye singa wangambye nti oyagala UB sali kusumbye nakuleeta eno naali kutadde n'ogenda okola ebirala because right now we know the prices of cars in the market and I keep telling you emotoka zaakola ki emotoka zaalinnya Emotoka zali. So you don't expect to get a hot cake car like the Alex UB series ku million 15 tekiriyo. Yensonga lwaki babaguze emotoka ne bazinona. I don't know if I make sense. Emotoka ezo bazibanonako because omuntu aba ayagala kubba n'agamba sasula 13 n'okomawo a week later emotoka wagipakinze nga teriiwo because kyali tekisoboka. I don't know if I make sense. Nina mulowooza network tegera tandika kutusumbuwa. Muba guys, simanyi oba mukitegeera. Atenga, one thing I want to tell you, this gentleman ngata najja wangu yabadde ayise mu bondi ng'embeera yonna akola ki agimanyi ndooza n'ekibadde ebiseera ebimu bantu mujja kunsumbuwa busungu yebeeyi mu katale ogimanyi naye ate gwe n'oyagala ate akole magic okitegeera. Let's try to manage our expectations. Arthur is not a magician. Secondly, waliwo omuntu recommending omuntu ankubira essimu angambe munonyeze kuruga. Guys, I'm not a broker. I don't deal in cars. Iramba gamba, I actually recommend that you guys find your own cars and then call me to come and look at those cars with the mechanic. Iramba gamba, find like 5 options of cars. Nze nja kuyambako awo ngoma z'okuzifuna. Abantu benyambako okunoonya emmotoka ye muntu ng'alemereddwa. I'm not a broker. I'm trying to let me manage your expectations better. I am not a broker. Wanji? Siri broker wa mataka n'amayumba nedda. The service I offer to you guys is pre-purchase inspection. I don't know if I make sense. The service I offer to my people here is pre-purchase inspection. You get your cars, I come inspect them. Now, if you don't have cars or bwemba ndabanga bako emoroka zoli mu kufuna si nnungi, I actually offer nenkubuza nkube ku masimu tulabe. Bw'oba toyagala nkube ku masimu ne tulonda ku ezo n'olondako esinga ku ezo z'okoze eki z'ofunye. I don't know if I make sense. Ne kwezo z'ofunye nze nsobola okulonderako esinze mu zonna ne bweba nayo si nnungi. Naye bw'oba ogamba Arthur nedda tulonda mu zino ezange tulondako esinze n'ogenda neeyo. That's my job. Era nkunnyonnyola ne kugambe ne mmoroka you have taken it. Tewali muntu gwe nali nyambe kukola pre-purchase inspection n'atwala emmoroka nga tamanyi kirwadde kiri mu mmotoka ye bwe kiba mu ekiri. Okitegeera. Manage expectations. Also the other thing I wanted you to manage, kuba tuli ku mmoroka twogera ku mmoroka, don't expect to buy a used car nga nnungi ng'empya. That's another expectation you need to manage. Emmoroka enkadde gy'ogenda okugula egenda kuba ekubaganamu kyekisooka, egenda kuba erimu bolo joint obwetaaga okunyiganyigamu, egenda kuba erimu obukonokono obwetaaga okunyiganyigamu. Obwo obuntu babunyigiramu 15,000 omutwalo okusinziira makanika kyakkoledde nawo waakoledde. Neyange weeri kati bolo joint bwetaaga okunyiga. Ekkubo lyenvuga muliraba lino ndivuga kilomita 9 lino limulaba ery'ettaka. Okitegeera. So you need to manage your expectations better as you go to the field to buy a car. Kijja kuyambako obutanyigira bantu, kijja kuyambako obutagetinga depressed. I've been telling you guys, tewali depression mu nsi muno. Depression is a mixture of stress and worry. Omuntu buli walibeera worried n'abeera stressed gye bayita depression. Nze nga Arthur wenkimanyi banzira naliko mu state emu gye muyita depression. Bwe bangamba sente z'okulaba psychiatrist depression neewona. Kubanga ku bizibu bye nalina nga bwe ngenda psychiatrist neetaaga njogeri nayo kumala ekisaawa nga 3. Naye ne bangamba buli ssaawa ya mitwalo 15 nga 45 ng'ajjawo gafulumya olunaku olumu. You get what I'm saying? So bw'onooba tumanagize expectations you're going to get depressed. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Ekirala, when we are buying cars, it's very important that we don't get excited. Don't get emotionally excited. I used to be in that position. But my brother, my sister, me, kati nze okunguza emmotoka. Nze nsobola n'okukwata sentence yanze kugula mmotoka neekuba ne ngenda. Because my brain has made calculations. Nze kati nkola nnyo ne logic bwe mba ngenda okugula emmotoka. Okitegeera? And logic has helped me. Bw'oba ogenda kugula emmotoka, that's why I'm there. Guardian angel wamwe. nti nkuyambako to make the right decisions. Okitegeera. Like for example, you can come to me nga sente zoyina zigula mmotoka ndala ng'oyagala ndala. I can tell you, with your money, I think you should be looking at this type of car. Bw'olemerako ng'oyagala eri gy'obadde oyagala, it's okay. You can go ahead and buy it. Okitegeera. But me, I will tell you, nti sente zoyina zikumala ogula emmotoka gindi. Lwaki si gy'oguza okusinga okugenda mwene ey'ebbeeyi? Because sometimes it's as simple as you knowing. Ebiseera ebimu abantu bakola ensobi lwa butamanya. So let's start managing our expectations. Because when you manage your expectation, the excitement ekendeera. You know what to expect, the excitement goes down. Ontegeera. Omanyi bagamba Abaganda sente y'omusiru omugezi yalya. Bw'ogenda mu katale ng'olina sente zigula UAV oba UAS ng'oyagala gula UBD, bagenda kubba bakuguze UBD nga sente z'ogenda okuteekamu zigula UAX2. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. These are the things that people struggle with. Nagamba bavu bagula Toyota nagenda nagula Ford. I have a workmate nkola naye yangambye sister we yagula Ford mpya. Lwasa we yakyakira ennyawo yagenda nagula Ford mpya mu Bondi. Yagivuga wiiki emu netandika okwecokola. Makanika namugambe no olugitwala ku lugendo olunene ejja kuba yingi. Agiparkinga bagivugiramu mu lujja ne bagizaawo ne bapakingako mu lujja ne bazzaawo. Okitegeera yamusobera n'agivaako n'agenda n'agula ki Hilux kyavuga kati. Okitegeera kati you don't expect a Ford to do the things that Hilux can do simply because the Ford looks like the Hilux. Ontegeera ate ebintu bye mbagamba, I tell you these things because no one else is going to tell you these things. Everyone else is going to be looking to eat. Chovala umwami no bwe tutuuse ku UAU nangamba naye ate ata UA nga ziba nkadde. Njagala UB ne mugasinga wangambe nti UB sali maze na budde bwa feffenna kujja kulaba mmotoka because UB teriyo mu sente zetukola ki zetuyina. Okitegeera sometimes it's important bwobanga tonaba kujja wa atha kugula. You watch my videos ezikwatagana ku ng'erina title ekwatagana mu katono nnyo ku kintu ky'oyagala okugula. Maybe it's talking about prices, maybe it's talking about that type of car. Watch that video and manage your expectations better. Also, you go to the community tabs of this channel and look at the cars we bought and see how much we bought those cars. Kijja kuyambako okuba ne range ya price ennungi. Because I remember we bought a UBB Wish. Twagigula million. Twagigula million. Sari 18 oba 21. I don't really remember. Twagigula million 21. Naye omwami yeeyagala. Okitegeera naye twagigula I think last year. Okitegeera kati essaawa eno nyina omuntu ogwe mmanya alina Wish nagaano gigula. I went there with one of my people here neŋŋaana okugigula because baatugamba musimanyi eweddemu amafuta. Ezo emmotoka bwezisa ebiseera ebimu bakuguza amafuta ogenda oteekamu amafuta ng'emmotoka epipira ne bakugamba nti ebadde esise simanya pulaaga ne bakubuzaabuza naye ng'omaze oteekamu amafuta go eri ku UBB. Ye Wish yokka gye mmanyi eri ku UBB gye batunda million 18. Egyo endala zonna UB series Wish ziri mu million 22, 21, 23. Okitegeera UAZ UAY ziri mu million 10. It's important that you manage. Kati nyinza ogenda ng'emmotoka eyo ddala yali nnungi naye njigula n'omuntu antujula million 18. Okitegeera oli omulala najja nga asuubira Wish ku million 18 mu UB naye yerabira nti omuntu omwe yagirina. Okitegeera olumu aba agitunda ng'alina kyabala. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Let's try to manage our expectation in terms of cars. Mu motoka zino kiba kirungi nnyo n'oba ne expectations entuufu. Kijja kuyambako bw'obaka tugezeewo oli mu kusonda sente za mmoloka osonde bulungi. Bw'oba ng'obadde osonze ng'olina sente ku account, it will help you to manage your money properly. Kati on days like Question Friday when I tell you guys to ask questions, it should be a day that you try to start and manage your expectations. You should be asking me things like, how much should I be expecting to buy this car? Nze nkubuli bei entuufu. Kitegeera nviridde waloola mpise because nina ekkubo lyange ndimanyi likubaganya emmoloka n'olowooza nfu. So kati ndivuga mpola mpola. Ndowooza mula kavuga kilomita mmeka kutta joints endala. Because nyina lwe ndidduka Mukama Katonda. Naninga gwe kumye. like times when I'm shooting unotwala abani ku somero then okomewo okole shoot okitegeera. So anyway, we are talking about expectations. Expectation already innocent yakugambi, if you fail to meet the expectations of your employer you'll get the axe bajja kugoba okitegeera. So expectations are actually serious. Omuntu ajja kujja nga alina kya expecting aleme kukifuna again. That's why nabagamba otuba tugenza okuexpectingira omuntu emmotoka ne bweba yesinga obulungi mu mmotoka zonna ze tulabye n'agamba sigisiimye tetugigula tetumukkiriza gigula. Why? Ayinza okuba avuga emmotoka eyo nga namu n'agivuga n'agijja wano n'agituusayo n'etuula omupiira nabagambye n'agaye munguza emmotoka enfunga naye nga mupiira gwe gukoze eki. Nganze bwe nagula emipiira ejange ena from City Tires yali nerifumitako ogumu. Otegera kati senga bali bamatiza bumatiza ogenda ku City Tires ogulayo emipiira n'aligambye wa emipiira gya City Tires mibi ono yamatiza nadesigenda nagigulayo okitegeera. That's why normally bw'oba omuntu alina expectation nga alina ekintu kyabadde ako expecting okugula, we don't allow them to buy what they did not expect to buy. I don't know if I make sense, my people. I'm telling you to not buy cars. Go ahead and buy cars, but have a proper expectations. A proper expectation over a lineup of expectations. A sentence on number plate jija nyongo because you may be disappointed. Ola ojag enda gogene broker amenjagala you bidding na million ana network ebadde gizina ngensala wonzi lukemu obanso okenzi lukemu balagemu.
But I tell her, yes I tell her, Russian nimble, 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 Linza. 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 Girl, you my number one. Go so can I cook up and I put your walk up. I tell you that, I tell you that, but you don't care. You don't give a damn, you don't dare. My number one girl, you rule my world. You took my heart, never ever. But you made me big, you made me big.
What about Uganda? You guys see how Uganda is beautiful? Beautiful country. Uganda yongere nyume. You see all that green?
Give me some love, be my better half. I promise I will never let you down, my girl.
Yes, guys. Good evening. What about Uganda? Where in Baraka for Banange? Paul and Talo, how are you today? Arthur, is it true mechanic can pretend to know what he's doing, but when you leave Uganda, yes, Rastas in Milan. A mechanic of a company no better than Kanya. olaba abasawo bebetetenkanya nga ate bo basomye emyaka 7 nosanga omusawo nga naye tamanyi kigenda mu maaso mwe mulowooza mbuna abantu baffe bafaaki. Our people die because the doctors sometimes have no idea what they are doing. Ate nga bo basoma 7 years. Kati you can imagine a mechanic eyajja mu garage ng'ebyuma ebimu tamanyi na bwe babiyita. Can a traffic office take nguzi when he finds out you don't have a permit and how much? Ati kati permit, one thing you need to understand, Rastas in Milan, if you don't have a permit, you go to jail there and then. It's not even a police receipt. If you drive on a Ugandan road without a permit, you go to jail and then you're sentenced. Driving without a permit, I think obachi papula million birikati. Obacha million. Chadi nya. Naye nga bakutwala mu komera there. Bwe bakwata nga tolina permit nga ovuga. Bakutwalirawo mu komera tekiriko negotiatinga. Kitegeeza owa traffic. Bwakwata nga tolina permit ali enguzi ya mitwalo nga 2 bwabagiridde oba 3 bwakuyamba asobola okulya 10 ne omusirikale wa traffic bwakwata nga tolina permit ngoli ku luguudo, he's allowed to handcuff you and take you to jail. Simanyi oba ntegeerekeka. Hello Arthur, car ownership transfer charges ziri mu sente mmeka? The actual money you pay to URA is 84,000. Naye bw'oba oyagala babikolereko nga tebasigwa byekoleddeko, it ranges between 150 and 200 depending on who is doing it for you. Oyo n'abikolerako n'abigoberako gwe n'olinda bulinzi email nti emmotoka ezze mmanyago. Naye nga the actual money that person is going to pay to URA from the 200k you give them is 84,000. Ezo ezigenda mu bank za URA. Here it's 300 million and jail time. So you're done for life. Okirabye million 3. No. But driving without a driving permit means you are never tested. No one actually knows that you know how to drive. You're endangering the lives of people. You're supposed to go and apply for a driving permit, get tested, and then be permitted to drive on the road. That's why you call a driving permit, permission to drive. Okitegera baba. Nena emmotoka erimu esseewo. Ma! Nemwe bu Pajero I omubuleke bu GDI. Today I found 2 Pajeros on the road dead. Ngazifu the one way food don't. Bobo sobola. Wesonywe Pajero. Kind of Pajero, leave it alone. Any kind of Pajero, leave it alone. Good evening, Matthew. So bado obuzi. Nemwenze simanyi sa ebirabetya. Fe n'obudde buzibi naye Samusanga eraga obudde tebuna. Sobola bwendaba aba iPhone nga mweyogeza wano. Ngamba these people don't know no don't know. You don't know no don't know. Samusanga leave it alone. Samusanga expectations bagayi banga. We need to learn to manage expectations. With properly managed expectations, we won't lose. Kati ekirala abantu mweche mutera okubeera nakyo as you expect to buy a car is you tend to think that you can come inspect a car today and buy it on Friday next week. If the car you inspect today is very good as you tend to believe, it will not be available on Friday next week. Because every day, more than 5,000 people in Kampala buy cars. So you don't expect that if that car is actually very good, the brokers are also not looking for buyers. So you don't expect to look at a car on Friday this week and expect to find it on Friday next week. I've seen that you people tend to believe that. That's why some of you actually believe that that's why you believe that I can send after 400,000 yanonyeze morokaze ezije ku Friday judge sasule. Ojja kwekuba essasi mu kigere. Rasta better get a permit. If you don't get it, you are bound to have sleepless night, man. Hey! iPhone or Nokia. You know, Samsung, iPhone and Nokia toina was it up Samsung. Samsung modoka ya simu ya amani. Bana ibagai ate kati maze wiki live in Mubende. Yes, Baluku. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Today I'm trying to manage your expectations. You guys should manage your expectations that you're going to buy a car. Expectation in njagala mutegere, cars are not as comfortable as we deem them to be. Why am I saying this? Is we tend to expect certain cars to give us a certain level of comfort. Oh, we're not running markets. Nienda kubera ne comfort ya manyi. Nienda kubera comfortable to this level. Cars are not as comfortable as we're going to change the longer you drive a car. Katika nkubulire ne Mark X je mulaba gitugamba nti eri comfortable ne weba crown with time it becomes ordinary. We comfort you efuka ordinary because you're driving that car every day. Simanyi obontegeera kugwe eba tekyali motoka eri comfortable ziri gwoba ogimanyidde. Simanyi obontegeera mwabavubuka abakwana bavubuka bannange mukimanyi nti ebiseera ebimu tubeera awo ne mugamba kiwali kyakabi ekiwala ekyo kyakabi naye waliwo eyakikowa okitegeera nti ekintu bwe kiba kyakabi kitya waba wakirabanga ordinary. So manage that expectation of comfort, manage the expectation of durability, manage the expectations of very affordable to maintain, because omuntu asobola okugamba emmotoka eri very affordable to maintain naye in actual sense it's not affordable for you, it's affordable for them. Manage that expectation as well. Simanyi oba ntegeerekeka. Manage that expectation. Then expectation endala gye njagala mu managing expectation eya fuel consumption. Some people buy parcels think like that a parcel consumes like a motorcycle. People, a parcel is a real car. You can find a parcel consuming the same amount of fuel as my car because it's a real car. It covers the same distance. And then you'll find someone buying a parcel nagirodinga nganze wendodinga Corolla. Olumu nganze weight gyentadde mu Corolla is negligible. It's a range that can be handled by the Corolla engine. Naye ng'ate gwe weight yotadde ku parcel nene nnyo. Simanyi oba ntegeerekeka. So let waliwo agenda okugamba Arthur ogenze mu game park kangene mu game park yange naye ndowooza expectation tuzitegedde. I want to expect, my first expectation of you guys is that you guys watch my content and understand it. That's my first expectation. Arthur, why does Rumion tire nuts become loose after a given distance? It has become common in the room with the Rumion. But in Rumion eyo, it depends on what nuts you have. What nuts is there ze misumari? Waliwo ezo Rumion nga zo ziyina misumari teziyina nut. Okitegedde misumari. Those ones ezo nut ne mukazi katubere mu Golf, Volkswagen, kambere Mercedes Benz, kebere mu Lokachi. Emoroka kasitebera neje misumari nga teyina nuts. Some of them don't have nuts. Eje misumari jo gisumulukuka. Okitegera. Then if it's actually that your car has nuts and the nuts are getting loose, you have to find out what material was the bolt or the nail, the actual nail, what material is it made from. Normally aluminium things bitera okuba neyo problem. Okitegeera, aluminium things bitera okuba neyo problem. Yet no material endala babikozesa steel machi tebitera kuba nakyo bino ebiri mu motoka yange. I can drive my car for a year without checking the nuts and I'll be safe. I doubt you can do that with the Romeo. But you have to check what material those nuts and bolts and nails were made from before you think it's the car that has a problem. You may find that it's with other cars like orabanga Volkswagens. With Volkswagens with Volkswagens I can tell you that emisuma ja Volkswagen egisiba especially egisiba hub emisuma egisiba hub Volkswagen jina ne buloko because the nails are bound to come out. The nails, not the nuts. The nails. Kati Volkswagen ye inane buloko bwe bateekamu. So kati olina okumanya nti basumuluza misumari oba natti. Bwe giba misumari, those are bound to actually do it. Kati awo olabe what to do for it, because bamakanika oba ab'emipiira oba ne solution ebiseera ebisinga ne basobola okukolera egiba nga tegesumula, because it's very dangerous. Sisuubira nti kitera kuba ku natti. I think it comes with the bagita batya mu luzungu egyo emisumaali egitali natti, because kati fe Toyota zaffe ezisinga zirina natti, mubamu omusumaali natti esiba ne lookinga ku musumaali. Ate waliwo emmoloka ezimu nga zirina misumaali gw'osiba okunyweza ki, okunyweza omupiira. Mbadde ntera kiraba emmoloka z'abazungu n'abajamani kitegeera. So you just have to check, but let us learn to manage our expectations before we go ahead and want to buy cars. First of all, don't expect to inspect a car on Friday this week and want to find it there next week. Ogenda kutawana. Like today, obviously, I told this gentleman but tubadde tuvaayo ne makanika, because zenjagadde mulekere makanika, because tubadde tulabye emmoloka zetusobola okulaba olwaleero. Ne mugamba, you know what, your money covers 2 days, find me on the second day, ng'olina sente, ng'oli ready to buy whatever car you want to buy. Then we've also kubira mabroka tujje tukebere emmoloka ze bakufunidde, because that's what I prefer. By the way, I prefer that, because bwe bokoze ekyo nvuga lumu nenzija emmoloka zo weziri nenzikebera nengenda, I save money. Nebino ebyange nze binsumba, because mba njagala nkukolera ekirungi, nenvuga nenva wano nengenda wali. It's much, it's a lot of work for me, okitegeera. So nga ate gwe bweweefunira emmoloka zo, because gw'oli mugaga ne babulooka osobola obagamba muzireete mu nsange wano, ne bajja ne bakusangawo. That way we save a lot resources in terms of time and money. So let's learn to manage our expectations. Arthur will not do magic. Also, I really want you guys to I want you to recommend me for business, but please don't tell people I'm a broker, because I'm not. Mwe temugamba bantu nti oyajja kufunira emmotoka. Sigenda funira muntu mmotoka mundeke. Ate abantu abo banfunira emmotoka abo basumbuwa. Banfunira emmotoka basumbuwa. First of all, they don't know how I work. Nze nawe kufunira emmotoka bbiri ze mba nkufunidde. It's upon you to actually call brokers and get cars for me to inspect. Okitegeera? Ne abantu mtakubira njagala ofune ne mmotoka nyina milioni 12 ne milioni 12 zagamba tezigula mmotoka ne bwayongera ko tanti zigula mmotoka gyayagala. Okitegeera? I see a lot of tipper trucks there, which is clear indication that the place is developing at a fast speed. Is antikati na abantu bazimba nnyo. Era kade mmotoka ensinga eno ze abativi tipper kati olaba wano wendi wokka. Eyi yo tipper neri yiri eno erefu eri forward, okitegeera waliwo forward etugiseeko ne mabega wange waliyo forward, okitegeera abantu bo bazimba yeno wadde wala. Naye ate kati gwatanagula plotting atolina sente z'ababede nga za jekke mumba saasi jatuuka oggula nga ffe tuli mu kika ngera oba ogenda n'ogamba ate emmotoka enfuddeko sisobola kudda wange wala nsuleko ewuwo gajja ng'osule wano mu store. Stud bolts bazita stud bolts ane bantu mumanya oluzungu ezino studs. Kati the studs zempita emisumaali. Kati waliwo emmoloka ezimu nga tezikozesa ezo normal studs, nga oba onoosiba omupiira ate osibisa musumaali. I don't know if I make sense. Ng'osibisa ki? Osibisa musumaali. Kati emisumaali gyesumulula, okitegeera. So kakati bwebanga rumion oyinza okozesa nga rumion zirina egyo emisumaali nga tezirina bolts. Akagambo bolt mbadde nkamanyi naye nga simanyi wawe kakagana. Kyokka nate nze mukira nze gwe mulabe waffe Mityana gye nasomera erevu nze nasinganga mu luzungu nze gwe mulaba. Kati gwe kwa mwaka faananyi bye nasomanga nabo oluzungu boogera luzungu lwenkana ki. Nga nze yabasinganga ebintu ebimu sibimanyi mu luzungu. Misumaali bagiyita nail. Natti baziyita nut. Azizo muziyise bolt. Naye ago malala baziyita nut. So expectations, guys. Ate naye mwe bagayi, expectations zijje mu bulamu bwaffe obwa bulijjo. When you're in a relationship, start developing expectations for your partner. When you have kids, tandika oku expecting ebintu ebiri realistic kati nze olaba mutabani wange Aban nina lwembeera ne expectation eziri very wild nenirabira nti mwana muto okitegeera and I have to actually pinch myself nejjukize nti waaye ono mwana alina emyaka 5 okitegeera so fenna basically tutandika okuyiga okumanaging expectation kijja kutuyambako in life yiye endala erefu yiye endala ejja. What are we going to do about these fuel prices that are going up again? Man, David, ze nazitidde dda leero siguze mafuta nga ndaba emmoroka no nzipakinze nenjirekamu amataala naye ka battery keeko era ekubye kimu ejja kubwenegana nga ntegula nzira libaasi nentegula kyekituvuze emmotoka za mmanyi okweyagala amafuta go tetulina kyagakola ate nga galeka gagenda kweyongera okulinya okujjako nga World Bank yerumiriza nekola ki kanzije ku music wano okujjako nga World Bank efunye ekirumiriza netuddiza sente ze yatujjeeko but the prices are going to continue going up gazzeemu naye sisuubira gajja kuddayo mu 7 gajja kukomanga mu 15 awo because ne mu 5 URA sigala yekola sente naye nga gwe kyoba omanya prices are going to simply go up, they are not going to go down. So neno wali children jebuli sijabaraga naye kadwalo agamba aso tulaba ko mundeke nange je muli munda bako siraba ne musaidimira kambike nabo basajja mmwe mujja kunuka ensingo. What causes a battery to last less than a year? I thought they last 2 years or 3. Ideally they are supposed to last 2 years or 3 years, but batteries, why they die quickly? One, if your car undercharges or overcharges the battery is bound to die quickly. Two, if you don't maintain the battery. For example, if you buy a maintainable battery like mine, a Yamaha, a UBA, a Yabulijo, you're supposed to check the water levels, the acid levels all the time. Kati, whenever buli water kebere level Yamazago, negakendera battery gena tandika okufa. Okitegeera, ekirala mwabagula maintenance free batteries. Maintenance free batteries are meant to work for a year. Strictly for 1 year. Maintenance free batteries were made to work for 1 year. Era mwabagula maintenance free batteries musunwe ko kungulu. Kubako n'emyezi January, February, March, April, May paka December. Why? It's for you to mark ekubye January, ekubye February, ekubye July paka December. Okitegeera nti bwetuka December oba mazeyo sente zo. So era nze bwe ndaba omuntu agula maintenance free battery ndabira ddala nga ali mu kwonoona sente ze. Go buy battery. Kati nze ne battery giraba najigula yavuga primo nenjitunda nevuga ene motoka egenda myaka emeka, myaka 2 ate nga yasooka ku primo ne battery teina jiraga ne bwendekamu amataali dakika 2 nzija nenkuba kimu. So one thing you need to make sure is your car charges properly. Yensonga lwaki majority of the time bwoba ogenda gula battery, I tell you drive your car, go to industrial area, go to Uganda batteries there. Tebampanga ko yadde 10, but I can tell you from my first car I've been buying Uganda battery products and I have no issue at all. A battery Uganda battery jovuga emyaka 3. Gwe kasitoji maintaining bulungi nofuba okulanga acid mwali nofuba okulanga emmotoka ye charging bulungi tojja gifunamu buzibu yadde. Naye mugenda ne mugira ne baba ugula makanika nagawo kino ki battery nako maintenance free tewa buzibu terwa. Ate kati gwe okugula battery empya in 1 year or 2 years n'okubeera ne battery ngogira amazi otozaga be amazi ga 12 ga 15 nga bajjuzaawo abo ogenda ku dealer wa Uganda batteries takujja ko yadde 10 okebera owe battery ekola ki oba namo obe charginga. So zili reason is satu: maintaining a battery, undercharging and overcharging. Ekirala ekitera okuta batteries ezo kwe kuzijjajjako ng'ojampinga abantu nti mmotoka mukikomera mwe wopangisa oba neighbor wo ku kyalo wembeera mmotoka ye battery weddeko gwe gwajjako eyiyo toyagalangako tomuyitangako gwa ku jumping wabula gwe ba neighbor bonna bamanyi gwa jumpinga bita battery ebyo mulekerawo okuba jumpinga babere bavunanyizibwa ku parking mmotoka jamu amatala jamu radio jamu buli kimu battery leme kugwako muliro. Ekyo ekintu ky'okujjajjako battery buli kiseera kimalako omuliro okitegeera. Mpozi n'ekirala battery battery stable nga tebagisibye bulungi luwo okuba ebinya n'ebuukabuuka nabyo bitta battery. Ndowooza byonna lwaki sibasiibula bagayi bange nnyina ne gwenda bankubira essimu ez'okumukumu ate bwankubira essimu ez'okumukumu abankanga. kati nyino mukubira ate simu ya company since engine normally I would call him using the company phone but I can't because I don't have it. Let me read your names guys. Agungu akusatunga akuba Alan banange Alan inawade sikulabye n'onsonyiwa Antonio Ayman Ali Nalongo Investments Martha Jovan Antonio Council Patrick Asiku Tusime Cornelius King Daniels Bashir Mukalazi Ben Kako Steven Edisitegera Pius Dasasira Saidi Musoke Johnson Lubinga Joshua Mugalasi Wabwire Joseph. Wabwire is a Lusoga name, right? Literally kange when someone Wabwire, it seems like it's from the west. Naye ate nchimanyi Wabwire oba from the east. Bashir Mukalazi, Brian Wanyama, Abe Bukenya, Kauma Derek, Biga Gaitano, Bane Gaitano, Bado Buze, Innocent Mugabi, Kawagama Enoch, Baba. Baleka mwebale kubeera ku broadcast Hami Black Sebyala ka network okukazibu naye tute atumanya Rupert Nsanji Phone Solutions Paul Ntalo Rasta in Milan Andrew Nsubuga Serunjo Jimathia Wood Mununule Baluku Nobat David Jack Tumusime banange guys. Thank you very much for being here. Mulaba budde buzibendo zamulaba my face. Kamba sibulire wano njabala aba tomorrow evening. Mukama akume. Enchange nda kuduka kilomita aga. Ndaba ntani so gejje bitanyuma. Nda kuduka kilomita aga 20. Enchange nana omukolo gwe bampiseko sijja kulya. Kale weewunye kwanjula kulyo kwa wiki ewedde salya na yerangeze. Ate nga nyina stress. Banaye mukama abakuume.